Hey, happy Friday everyone, and April Fool's Day. Our process was on point again yesterday. The Pistons did their usual thing by fouling non-stop and feeding boards to Embiid and Harden. As a result, Embiid destroyed his rebound and free throw props by finishing with 14 free throws and 15 rebounds. Harden also cleared his rebound prop, and Tobias Harris cleared his fantasy point and assist props as well. On the other side, Cade Cunningham continues to shine, and he carried his squad on his back to pull off the upset. He's definitely a star in the making, and I can't wait to see his finished product. That Bucks-Nets game did not disappoint, and hopefully we get to watch this matchup again in the playoffs. KD and Kyrie both cleared their three-point props, and KD crushed his assist prop with 11 assists. Man, when Giannis goes full Armored Titan mode, he's unstoppable. KD even called him a monster in the post-game interviews, and Giannis passed Kareem as the Bucks' all-time scorer last night. Mad respect to the Armored Titan. We have a huge 10-game slate today with a lot of high spreads, so I will go through our favorite games and targets. But at the end of the video, I will outline our core targets, so be sure to stick around, and with that, let's get hunting. The Raptors at Magic has a 10-point spread and a 219 implied total. No one wants to face this surging Raptors squad in the playoffs. They are stacked and athletic and very gritty. But in honor of Narrative Friday, it's a homecoming game for Scotty Barnes. He grew up in West Palm, Florida, and played his high school basketball at the notorious Montverde Academy. And actually, he was on the same squad as Cade Cunningham, as well as Moses Moody and Day'Ron Sharpe, which is just ridiculous to think about for a high school unit, and they steamrolled everyone. With that said, it's a perfect matchup for Scotty, but the return of OG is always a concern. We could consider his first half fantasy point prop along with Siakam's first half props as well. Both of them are playing close to around 20 minutes in the first half. The Magic are in full tank mode, and this is a terrible matchup for them, so it's a full fade for me. No thanks.
Hey guys, it's Danny. I'm just here to let you guys know about the free Discord that we did launch. The link for it is in the description down below. Jump in there and share your screenshots, talk about your favorite props on Prizepicks, and share your DFS lines, and we'll all talk about it.
The Mavs at Wizards has a 9-point spread and a 220 implied total. We have some more Friday narratives in this matchup. Porzingis and Luka reunite. Porzingis has been open about how his game just did not fit with Luka's, and he recently talked about this matchup today by saying, quote, "It's not going to be like my first game with Dallas and New York. That one was just crazy. This one will be more about competing against my old team," end quote. So maybe there's not much extra motivation here, but I still like Porzingis in this matchup as the entire offense runs through him with Kuzma out. And the offense is currently centered around the pick and roll and high post plays via Porzingis, where he can either pass to the roller or take the high post shot or drive to the basket. This is a big reason why his assist rate has taken a significant boost recently, so we can target his assist prop if it stays around 3. I also like his fantasy point potential as he's racking up stocks, and he has a favorable matchup against Powell. I also like Satoransky's assist prop, especially if it stays around 5 or 6. He is not looking to shoot or score at all. He'll dribble around the top of the key looking for cutters and open wing shooters. He just had 10 assists against his old Bulls team while only taking 4 shots. On the other side, we get a little revenge narrative for Dinwiddie as well, and I like him here in this spot. The Wizards defense has a bottom 5 defensive rating since the All-Star break. Luka is always live, but blowout risk is always the concern. The Kings at Rockets has a 2-point spread with a 232 implied total. We get part 2 the most fruitful prop hunting possible, so I'll go right back to the well with this one. This is the game. Davion Mitchell has turned into one of my favorite young players to watch, and he's playing huge minutes, around 40 per game. In that last matchup, he filled the stat line with 24 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and 2 stocks to boot. He also had a poster dunk that was insane for his size. Check it out if you haven't seen it. His fantasy point prop was 38 in that matchup, so hopefully it stays under 40. But no matter what, I will be targeting him as a core play. The minutes, pace, and matchup is just too good to pass up. And like we discussed in the last video, Damian Jones got all the minutes he could handle with 34, and he thrived against this weak Rockets frontcourt. His fantasy point and point props will also be core plays today. We can also consider Trey Lyles' first fantasy points since he also played big minutes around 36. He did get hot from 3 though, going 4 of 6, so that might not sustain today. On the other side, I'm locking in Jalen Green and KPJ. They are true ball hogs and will lead in shot volume and minutes again. If Sengun is out again today, then we can target KPJ's rebound prop as he accumulated 12 boards last game with Sengun out. Jalen Green was on fire from 3 and went 6 of 14. So if you get his 3-point prop, which I doubt, and if it's around 3 again, then I will lock that in. But we can also target his point prop as well. I assume it goes up to around maybe 22 to 24, but I'm still okay with that. Just lock and load this game. The Blazers at Spurs has a 15-point spread with a 232 implied total. We get our favorite Blazers matchup, and we recently saw this one. It was a huge blowout. The Spurs are fighting to maintain that last play-in spot, so DeJounte's first half fantasy point prop is definitely live, and Keldon Johnson's 3-point prop could sit on the fringe list as well. For the Blazers, we can target Eubanks for fantasy points and McLemore for points, but I think this game blows out again, so I won't target full game props that much. The T-Wolves at Nuggets has a 4-point spread with a 236 implied total. This is the highest implied total, and Jokic is on a serious heater. He gets a favorable matchup against Cat, so his point and fantasy point props are always in play, but they will be juiced. Also, Cat fouls at the top 3 highest rate, so if Jokic's free throw prop sits around 6 to 7, we could definitely consider that. And Cat is in a slump, and a lot of this is due to foul trouble. And he gets Jokic, who draws so many fouls, so that will be a main concern for targeting Cat props. Anthony Edwards and D'Lo have the best spots here, as the Nuggets can't stop combo guards. Anthony Edwards' 3.5 assist prop is interesting and something to look into, since he has almost a 20% assist rate since the All-Star break, but this is right on the fringe. Pelicans at Lakers has a 2-point spread with a 234 implied total. We get the return of LeBron and Anthony Davis finally, as they are in desperate must-win mode now. However, we don't know what to expect for AD's minutes, since he's been out for so long now, but they can't afford to lose anymore. So with AD back, I do like LeBron's assist potential if the prop stays under 7, but AD being back just makes this risky for prop hunting. On the Pelicans side, we get Ingram returning back to LA, and he recently dropped 26 real points in just 26 minutes against them. I do like Ingram in this matchup, but it's always hard predicting productivity between CJ and him, since they cannibalize each other's potential. So let's recap our favorite targets. First, Davion Mitchell fantasy points or assists. Second, Kevin Porter Jr.'s fantasy points or rebounds if Sengun is out. Third, Jalen Green points or 3-point prop if it stays around 3. Fourth, Damian Jones points or fantasy points. And lastly, Porzingis fantasy points or assists. Overall, I'm really liking this slate so far, especially since we get the Kings-Rockets rematch, which will be the primary focus and core stack, so load up on that game. Please comment below and let us know what you think of this big slate, and please hit that like button on the way out. It really helps, and we always appreciate it. Also, subscribe if you're not part of the Run DFS team yet, and check out our live streams later today starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. We have a lot to break down for this one, and as always, best of luck everyone. I hope you crush it, and take care.